Back with another live, y'all. Chosen ones, man. This is story time. I was gonna save this live. I was gonna talk about it yesterday, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just wait and save it for tomorrow. So today is the day, man. We gonna get to it in a minute. You know, ain't nobody in the live right now, so we still up on the come up, man. Almost at 6K subscribers. Man, I appreciate everybody for subscribing and donating to the channel. And the ones that sent cash out, so I appreciate that. Guys, man, I'm finna get started. So when I was a little boy, I'm gonna say it probably was around like I think like 13, 14, 15. Between those one of those ages when I was a teenager. Me and my mom, we had went to the Walmart. So we walking down the aisles in the Walmart, and she grabbed what she grabbed. I forgot what she went for. But we just walked through the aisles, and then she got what she got, and then we had went to the line where, you know, the checkout line where you pay for your stuff. So, but we were just standing there, guys, and all of a sudden, and this was like the weirdest moment like ever in my life, where like when a stranger approached me randomly, right? So we standing in the line, and this stranger walks in. You know, I see him walk in, and then, well, no, I don't see him walk in. I'm not gonna say, no, I did not see him walk in. He walked in, and he walked up to me. And I was just wondering, I was like, man, I was like, what? Oh, this was weird. Like, I'm like wondering why this person walking up to me. So he walked right up to me, but it wasn't like too close, but it was like I was right here and he was right here. So, excuse me. He closed his eyes and he pulled out this envelope. And this envelope was from Bank of America. You know, this one at the time, like I said, guys, I was a teenager. And as he handed me this envelope from Bank of America, apparently there's money in it, he said, God told me to give this to you. Now, and I'm being honest, guys, this was weird. I'm like, what? You know, I never had this happen to me ever before in my life, where a person come up to me and give me money in an envelope. And he closed his eyes. He was like, God told me to give this to you. And then he gave me an envelope. And I was speechless. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you guys. I did not say thank you or none of that. I was just so speechless. I just could not. I didn't know what to say. Like I said, it was one of the weirdest moments in my life that I ever like experienced. I'm like, what's going on, bro? Why would it was an angel that was speaking through this guy. It had to be. Because when he gave me the envelope, and then he walked away and I looked at the envelope, I just looked at the envelope, right? And I didn't open it at first. And then my mom was like, open it or whatever the case is, But I didn't want to open it at first. I was going to wait till I got in the car to open it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was like money and stuff like that. So, but I opened it and it was like, I think 30 some dollars, not thousand, guys. 30 some dollars. And, I was very, very thankful for that. But the thing is, when he gave me the envelope and then he walked away, and I looked at the envelope when he gave it to me, and my mom was like, my mom was kind of like speechless too, because after a couple minutes, she was like, oh, well, tell the man thank you and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I turned around, and when I turned around, this man was nowhere in sight. He was gone. I mean, he was gone, nowhere in sight. I went down certain hours I thought he was in, and I looked and peeped. I did not see him nowhere in sight. My mom did not see him nowhere in sight. It was like he was gone, bro. Like, this was weird. This was the weirdest moment, like, ever. And my mom can attest that she's my witness to this. I think I was being, at the time, I was trying my best to like be really, really good. Cause I was like having some problems with, my parents and stuff like that. We was like, arguing. And I was like really being really, really good. Like for I think the whole week or something like that. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing in the house and all that type of stuff. And then this guy just walked up to me while I'm standing, in the line in the Walmart with an envelope with money in it. And he was like, God told me to give this to you. And when he said it, his eyes was closed. That's how I knew, like, it was like this guy was being, he was being controlled by an angel. But that was weird, guys. Like I said, man, as chosen ones, we do have really, really good moments. As a chosen one, so many people, chosen ones, they're always talking about the bad moments. It's like sometimes as if they're complaining. You know what I'm saying? But no, we have good moments where we get blessed. But that was like, I never ever had that experience ever in my life. I don't think my mom, I don't think nobody in my family had an experience like that except me. Where, I'm talking about out in public. I'm talking about like, in a store, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody had paid for like my mom and dad, paid for what they purchased. Somebody said, oh, I got it. Maybe they had an experience like that before or something like that. But somebody walk up to me like with an envelope with money in it. I've never seen my mom or dad have that type of experience. Unless it was like in the church or something like that. Then that's, what I'm saying? But randomly, what I'm saying? By a person that's, I don't know if he was saved or not. I don't know if he even went to church. He didn't say what church he went to or nothing like that. He just said, God told me to get this to you. And he closed his eyes. And he took a deep breath. He was like, God told me to get this to you. And his eyes was closed the whole time. And I just, I grabbed it. And I was just like, as a kid, you don't think something like that will ever happen to you. You don't. Sometimes you don't know how to. You want every kid don't know how to react to something like that. But I didn't know how to react to it. I didn't say thank you or anything. I was in shock. I was in shock, man. I couldn't believe it. That was real. Excuse me. How that happened like that? Guys, man. I definitely got blessed at that moment. And plus, too, I didn't have a job. I think I was like 14 or something like that. I think I was. I didn't have a job and nothing like that. And I randomly got some money like that. A blessing, came to me without me even having to work for it. And now I'm blessing other people with wisdom and knowledge. That was like something that I just I couldn't believe, man. And haters, some people gonna comment eventually, oh, you lying or whatever the case. Okay, that's your opinion, but I don't just make up stories. I don't do that. I don't make up stories just to get clicks, just to get views. I don't do stuff like that. I'm trying to add something in the title. And then, and the reason why people will say, some people, as far as, haters will say that, is because that never happened to them. That never happened to them. So, it can't be so when it comes down to me, but God work in mysterious ways. God will work through somebody else. God will send you, someone, to uplift you, to bless you, to let you know. And I think the reason why, too, the blessing came is because I was being good. Like I said, I think I was 14. Normally, it'll be something, every week, me and my parents would get into it about something. But that week, that particular week, I was trying my best to do the right thing and be good. And like I said, I got blessed. And I'm not really bragging about it. It's just some people just want to hear, that my story. Cause a lot of people when chosen ones talk about, going through stuff, they always talk about the bad. They don't always talk about the good. What, as a chosen ones, there's good things that happen to us as well. It's not always bad. I talk about how chosen ones gonna have to go through so much stuff, being neglected, walking away, and all this type of stuff. But just to only gain. It's just to better you as a chosen one. It's just to better your life. You know what I'm saying? It's just to reap more benefits. I'm not saying that, like I said, man, some chosen ones, they still not used to being alone. Some of them not used to, doing stuff by themselves. But I am. And like I said, man, but that never ever happened again. I can't say that for a fact. That never ever happened again. That was once ever in my lifetime. I was blessed like that by a random person in public, in front of everybody. Like it was people in line in front of us. Like they was like you a blessed. I think somebody said you a blessed boy or something like that. But I just knew like something was just special about me. I'm gonna just say no, not special. I'm gonna just say different. Something was different about me when I was a kid. I just always knew something was different. I felt it, like something was different about me, you know. But I just didn't know what was it. And that I can actually encourage people and help people. You know, I encourage people. That's what's, you know, this is my gift. You know, this is what's different about me. You know. Excuse me. No, I even have experience by even bigger YouTubers. You know, watching me and stuff like that. They might not acknowledge it, but they watch me. You know, I had a personal experience. You know, a guy, he had like I think 200,000 or 300,000 subscribers at the time. He was watching me. You know, I inboxed him, and he was saying that he watched my channel and stuff like that. So I always knew something. You know, I always knew that I had a purpose. I was chosen for something. I just didn't know when I was a kid. Good morning. How are you doing, Hans? I'm doing good. Just telling you guys about my experience as a chosen one. But comment in the comment section if you are, you know, if you had an experience, whether if you're chosen or not. You don't have to be chosen. Or somebody like helping you out. You know, somebody blessing you. Like randomly. A blessing come in randomly. It don't necessarily have to be somebody blessing you. Just a blessing came randomly. Man, I hope you guys just somebody this live stream. You know, I hope it helped you out. I hope it encouraged you. But like I said, guys, you know, you never know. You just never know what can happen. It's Coleman.